Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Tuesday Night Live podcast from the range with your host, John G. Johnson. Good evening, folks. It's John, the firearms guy. Hang on one second, folks. Hey, Jake. Can you come tighten me up here a little bit, buddy? I'm off to one side here, so just kind of bring me in just a little bit. Adjustment of the camera guy real quick. All right. And yeah, that's good. Just kind of tighten me in. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go, buddy. Yeah, just see how I got more. I don't want them to see all that crap back there. Just squeeze, just pinch it like this. There we go. Now move me over just a little bit. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Awesome.
Move yourself over.
Move myself over? Oh, there we go.
There you go.
There we go. Well, good evening, folks. It's John, the firearms instructor, and welcome. Yeah, no, that's good. Now, turn it back on. And welcome to our live from the range. We're glad you're here this evening. We've got a great show for you. If you don't know who I am, my name is John Johnson. I own and operate a firearms training facility in beautiful Cape Coral, Florida, which we specialize in you. If you don't know where Cape Coral is, you can kind of think about Naples and Tampa. We're between those on the West Coast side, where it's beautiful and sunny today, and it's not so bad. So if you're new to the channel, we would recommend you give us some comments and let us know where you're from. And if you're one of our loyal guys that come every week, thank you very much. You can always say hello for us as well. We've got a unique show for you tonight. I've put together something I think you guys will enjoy. And I'm going to need your support and help, and I need you guys to help me a little bit on this. So we're going to put that all together. So very first thing we do every Tuesday is we are going to answer a couple of questions that came across either through SpeakPipe. Now, I've told you guys before about SpeakPipe. SpeakPipe.com/John the Firearms Instructor. You can actually send us a 90-second question that we'll promote through our YouTube channel or our live each week. We appreciate that. But anybody who sends a comment or question through any of our YouTube channels, we pull those as well. So I don't want to output somebody who didn't. So we got one a couple days ago, and this is from George Gick 8134, and the question about stance of your feet. On a different video, you did state that your feet should be positioned 1 foot slightly forward from your back foot. I don't believe I did that, but if I did, I really meant very minute if that's going to happen, George. This video, your stance should be shoulder width apart, which is more likely what you're going to do. The reason why we put that stance the way it is, George, is because we want to be mobile. The more we have 1 foot back and 1 foot forward, it's very hard to only move in one direction. We never want to cross our feet when we're trying to run or move. So George was a little confused. I apologize about that, George, being confusing. What we want, buddy, more than anything else, is we want to get our feet shoulder width apart. We want to bounce on our knees just a little bit, put some weight on those toes, and make sure that belly button and that belt buckle is facing towards the target the best you can. That'll be the best stance you can get. Now, from there, we want to shift our toes, shift our weight to our toes, which in turn means we want to put a little more weight towards not to the heel, but to the toes, which will help us soak up the recoil management as much as we can. Be like George, send us something just like this, and we'll pick it out each week. We got one more that came in, I believe, today. No, 3 hours ago. Well, that was... Does shooting low and left... This is from Dennis Block. Dennis Block, it says, does shooting low and left indicate weak left hand? No, it doesn't. In my opinion, I think a low and left is anticipation and pulling the trigger. We've talked multiple times about this, but we got to make sure that weapon is over our dominant eye and not over our nose. If we take the weapon and put it out over our nose to begin with, If we're right-eyed and you're looking at the bullet, you're looking at the weapon and the device, that kind of puts it. So, to give you an example, we want to be able to hold the pistol as hard as we can with our left hand and just back it off with our right hand, and that'll center us up on the weapon as much as possible. So those two questions were great questions. Guys, if you have something like this or you have anything you want to send it to us, we would love to answer it each week on this, on this live podcast from the range. So, in the last couple of months, we have been very, very, very fortunate that you guys are loving our ebooks. And we have been using those ebooks to generate a lot of goodwill, basically. We give one away for free, and some of you guys are supporting us by buying more of them. Those books, those ebooks, are on sale each week. And they're about grip, and they're about stance, and they're about trigger control, and they're about sight picture, and they're about sight alignment. And those are all of our, I have it on my website, and I have it on my YouTube channel. And each video we do, we talk about, I want to give you one for free, and all you got to do is put free book at checkout, no strings attached, and you get it for free. And if you have problems with shooting low and left, like George does, he can pick one of these books up for free, read it, and it'll solve your problem while you're shooting low and left. And that's what kind of got this thing going and what I'm trying to do. I look at a lot of people when I come to the range, and most people can't identify what's causing the inaccuracy that people have with weapons. They just don't know why one shot could be where it wants to be, and the other three shots are not anywhere close to where they want to be. And you just can't understand how there's one thing you're doing wrong, there's three things you're doing wrong, there's a ton of stuff you're doing. So then I started looking around, and I went through the internet, and I started looking at some, what can I do? What can I put together that's going to give someone more visual signs as well as anything else? And I started looking at webinars, and I thought, a webinar would be kind of cool, because I have we just went over 35,000 subscribers. We're about to get over 35,000 subscribers, and we've had almost over 5 million views. And I took all my comments and I put them all in a thing. Majority of people are having a problem with low and left. They're having problems with trigger engagement. They're having a problem with trigger press. They're having all these things. And I put all these videos together, and I sound like a broken record sometimes, but I have to say it multiple ways for people to understand it. And sometimes I can say it in a class. And if I get you in a class, well, a lot of people come to class and go, ooh, that was great. I learned an awful lot. And then when they leave the class, they slide down a little bit. But what if you had availability to repeat what you've got? That's why the YouTube channel is so cool, because it gives people the opportunity to go look at why I shoot low and left, and why I have trigger travel, why I have everything. So conceptually, what I wanted to do is put something together that I could put together for the masses that would allow them to watch these 4 weeks, put a 4-week masterclass together for them, and at the end of it, they would be more proficient with a pistol. And I started thinking about, what? It's hard for me to put it all together, so I wanted to get a beta group together. I wanted to get 10 or 15 people that I could count on once a week to be on a Zoom call with me. And then at the end of it, not really Zoom, it's more of a webinar-like style, you'll be able to type your information. And Zoom is where you have 2 mics, but I'm giving you some Zoom time as well. And what I wanted to do was put a program together for people with your support, because what we're looking for is the first-time shooter. We're looking for seniors. We're looking for women. We're looking for, 18-year-old or better. We're looking for a lot of different, guys have shot forever. And we're just trying to get a bunch of people to help us build a master class. It's Master Your Handgun in 4 weeks, and it's called a master class. It's not just about shooting. It's about the whole thing. It's understanding the foundation of it. Yeah, that'd be great, man. What causes you to be inaccurate with a pistol? What causes the flinching and the bad trigger control? What causes poor grip and poor stance? What about, proper training and everything else like that? So what I was trying to do is introduce something that I could have that we could use and for a seminar, webinar, thing like that, and support my YouTube channel, my YouTube community in the best way I can. I've looked through all of my so-called competition, and nobody has anything like this. And I thought, how could I take the person that's on this call? Now, I'm very fortunate, guys. I've got some guys that have come from long places to come train with me, and I'm humbled every time I do. Jim and my Antarctic guy and all these guys they come here and they do it, and that humbles me very much so. But what if I'm able to give them something they can do and become more proficient? So why the master class will help you? It's going to proven your training methods. These techniques that we'll use will come from real shooters. Student tested. That's what I want. I want to be able to give this to a student and them not have to ask that many questions. I wanted to make it as simple as possible, and I wanted to make it efficient as possible and get real results from it. Because shooting a pistol is not complicated, but it is kind of complex, and there is a lot of little things you need to know. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up starting in the 2 Mondays from now. Let me show you this thing here. This is called the Master Your Handgun in 4 Weeks webinar. And this is the very first one, but this is our beta one. This is the one I'm inviting you guys to, because this is discounted deeply to get you guys to help me support myself and this masterclass thing. So I need your support to be in this thing, and we're looking for, right now I have probably 13 spots left. We don't have a ton of spots left, but we have about 13 spots left. I only wanted 15 to do it, and it's kind of one of those deals. We're going to have live questioning. We're going to have live coaching. We're going to have Q&A so you can ask questions and get direct help. We're going to do hands-on drills and training. What we're going to do is we're going to take 6 people that are in our local area here. In each week, I will take one of those students, maybe 2 of those students, and we'll work in the back and videotape in the back in regards to showing you what you need to do at the range. So those 6 students should be our local students here. I've got one already so we have like 5 spots left for the local people. But then the rest of them, I want to be, wherever. Where Jim is in, New Hampshire, and we got people in Brazil, and we got people in the Antarctic. I want to be all these people from all over, because I want this to be open to anybody can use it. So you're going to help me build this. It's going to make it easy. So what's the master class all about? It's going to work. Here's the 10 problems that I see most people have. And if you have different problems that I'm saying to you, we'll be able to reach out to you and say, okay, this is a problem that I might not even think about. I kind of know what problems people have, so I put them together here. But there may be one of these drills that people have a problem with that we have to adjust. And that's going to help us tremendously when we physically get the feedback from our beta testers. And it's kind of what the neat thing is. So here's 10 problems the masterclass will solve. Number 1, inconsistent accuracy, which means you may be able to get 1 or 2 shots off, but the other ones are all over the place. And what you're going to learn is accuracy comes with a full foundation. It has to be proper grip. It has to be stance. It has to be sight alignment. And these are what we put these ebooks together for. But ebooks, you can only get so much out of them. I try to make them as easy and simple as possible, but it isn't a picture book, and sometimes you just can't. The book and the grip don't add. That's why I love the YouTube channel, because the YouTube channel shows most of the abilities, but this masterclass will actually show you live video of how to do it, as well as there'll be videos attached to the live class, and you will have ability to see it, read it, and do it, and become more proficient. Understand what's causing your inaccuracy and how to build it. Number 2 is flinching or jerking. Mastering trigger control. Trigger control probably is the biggest problem. 97% of people that go to the range on a regular basis are having trigger manipulation problems and grip problems. Those are the 2 things that cause most people. And the 3rd is sight alignment. So that kind of number 2 is flinching or jerking the trigger. Number 3 is poor stance. We'll discover the best stance for stability and recoil control so you can stay on target. You know, once you start controlling a weapon and really keeping the weapon level, you'll be so surprised how accurate you become in a very short period of time. What tends to happen is why we always recommend the 5 shots at a time, is that you lose your control sooner or later because the gun is muzzle flipping an awful lot and you just can't control it. No muscles in our hands, guys. So men, you need to drive it with your pecs. Women, you drive it with your back. And it's going to help tremendously become more proficient. Slow or inefficient shooting. We need to work on our accuracy as well as our speed. So we'll show you some drills that'll help you do that. Number 5 of the thing will be lack of confidence at the range. Here's a big one for people. You know, when you're shooting a pistol, are you confident that you're pointing the gun where it's going to go? Or is there going to be some kind of, if you're pointing at the gun, you're expecting the bullet to hit here, but you know for a fact it's going to hit 2 inches low or 4 inches low or 6 inches low. How about when we get to the range and we start talking about our accuracy? How about if I take you, matter of fact, comment below right now if you don't mind for me real quick. Where do you think your accuracy is at 50 rounds? And I'd love to see what people say here. If I gave you 50 rounds of 9mm and I put a 3-inch circle out in front of you at, let's say, 5 yards, okay? Where do you think your accuracy rate would be? Would you think your accuracy rate would be 50%, 60%, 70%, or higher? I'll be honest with you, 3-inch circle at 5 yards, I'd probably be high 70, 79 to 82. Not 100%. Because it's hard to control a weapon the whole time. And that's me. I'm old, but I can do it. Bring it into 3 yards, I'd probably be closer to the high 90s. But I wouldn't say I'd be 100%. 100%. Nobody should be 100%. If we're using the weapon, guys, for defensive purposes, vital triangle, shoulders to groin, 8-inch paper plate would be phenomenal. If I gave you an 8-inch paper plate, put it at 5 yards, could you put all 150 rounds in the 8-inch paper plate? You should. If you should be able to hit a 6-inch plate or an 8-inch paper plate. Because 8-inch paper plate is pretty big, especially at short distances. With this, working on your lack of confidence at the range, when you understand what causes the inaccuracy of the weapon, it makes it so much easier for you to become more confident at the range. And understand that I cannot pull this trigger, I need to press this trigger. Not knowing how to practice properly, wasting ammo, learning your structure drills, making every shot count. This is the why it's so important that you stop overloading a pistol with all the rounds in it. Now I know guys that go back and load a full magazine, but only shoot 5 at a time. That's fine, but the 5 at a time, you got to think what that gives you. That gives you 5 sight alignments, 5 trigger engagements, 5 trigger resets, just 5 sight alignments, 5 pushing it out. You get to do it. Repetition's a big deal, guys. The more we more we do things right, the better it becomes for us. We're gonna give you some proper structure drills to work on. Sight alignment issues. How many people have a problem? I get people asking me, where do I put the sight? I don't understand the 3-dot system. I don't understand the bullet flight. I don't understand where I need to put this. A lot of manufacturers put those guns at a 6 o'clock hold. A lot of people poo-poo on that. But you got to be able to see what you're aiming at. And if you can't see what you're aiming at, it becomes so much more challenging, especially if we do like the 6 o'clock hold where you've got your dot out there and your pins underneath it. Well, then that's consistent point of aim. And when you start getting a good consistent point of aim, you become more accurate with a pistol. And when you started putting all these little things together, then it starts adding up to you being the best shooter you can be, which is kind of the whole reason why we do it in the first place, right? The whole reason why we do it in the first place. Some people just do it to come to the range and blast a bunch of ammo. We know those guys are not picking up any good habits, are picking up a lot of bad habits. But someone who really wants to become the first line defense and understand that weapon is your weapon and you need to use it in a defensive situation, you damn well better know what the hell you're doing. That's kind of where we want people to be. Sight alignment is a big deal because that's actually how we use the weapon. A lot of times we talk about sights as so important, but technically, like anything else, if we keep the gun level, a level pistol will shoot level, especially at short distances. But in a high defense situation, range time is for accuracy. We need to work on the tightest groups we can. We need to work on the greatest trigger engagement we can. And we need to understand what's causing our inaccuracy of the pistol. How many of you guys realize that this piece of skin right here, causes more low and left than anything else? Because when that touches the pistol first, all right, guys, dummy gun, not real gun. I'm going to point at the weapon real quick. Just grab it real quick. Let me show you something real quick. When you let this piece of skin right here touch, look at this. It causes the weapon to roll over. If you gap out and just use the tip of your finger like that right there, you're going to not have to worry about that piece of skin touching the weapon. When that piece of skin touches the weapon, it causes it to manipulate it. And that's kind of one of those things. Those are the little tips and tricks that we're going to give you to make you more understand what's causing the manipulation of the firearm. Pretty neat little deal there. How to properly align your sights for precision. Number 8 is gripping, making the proper grip. Do you see the concept that's going here? You know what my books are? One's about grip, one's about stance, one's about trigger control, one's about sight picture, one's about sight alignment, one's why I shoot low and left, 10 Secrets of a Firearms Instructor. These are all books that people need because it takes the little thing, the whole system together is somewhat intimidating. But if we take a little bit of this one and a little bit of this one and a little bit of this one and put it all together for us, it makes it so much easier for us to consume it. Someone said that the other day. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And that's how you got to get to the point at the range. You got to understand. The problem with a lot of this stuff is when I don't have my proper grip or I don't have my proper trigger engagement, then I start losing something somewhere else. And when I lose something somewhere else, I'm trying to put it somewhere else. And we use the terminology a lot in the range is we're jugglers. And if I'm standing here juggling the balls, right, the one ball that can't fall is safety. Now we're going to get grip. We got to get stance up. We got to get trigger control. We got to get sight picture. We got to get sight alignment. We got to get all the stuff that all these balls got to go up in the air and keep rotating around to make you a full package. And that's kind of what I was trying to do with this masterclass. Give the full package, make it understandable. Not understanding shot placement, how to read your target and how to adjust it. Now, this is kind of a cool thing. I don't know if many of you are on here have went through some of my YouTube channels, but I did a thing a while back called the Shot Doctor. And the Shot Doctor, what it was we were going in the back and pulling out a lot of the targets, and we were identifying where the problems are. So I reintroduced the Shot Doctor because people like it, and these are 30-minute private coaching calls. Well, I wanted to take this, and I've done this multiple times for people because they just can't get it's the one thing, guys. It's not 50 things. It's not 50 things that are causing you to be inaccurate. It most likely is a couple of them. And what people do is they go to the range and they take a video and they bring a camera with them and they go shoot at the range and they have a buddy videotape them. And then from there, we take a couple photos of your target, and then we get on a Zoom call together. We identify your problems, and then at the end of that, we give you the homework to leave with. And then we get you to give us a call back. You get 2 calls for the Zoom doctor, and the Zoom doctor will help you. And after that point, then we make a decision on what we're going to do after that. But the Zoom doctor, what it does, and my son's, I don't know if you saw that, it's got a doctor's face from my camera on there. Johnny did that a while back. It's kind of fun because most people can't identify what's causing low and left. They can't identify, yesterday or 2 days ago, there was a target in the back, and it was perfect. I mean, it was all right there in a circle, but they were all to the right. They were all to the right. They weren't dead center. A lot of times they're all to the left and not dead center, and that's kind of more over the nose kind of deal. So this guy had perfect grip. This guy had perfect sight alignment. He had everything, but what he was doing was he was over squeezing with his right hand, and I know he was right-handed because you would think if he's that perfect, he might have been left eye dominant and was pushing it over. Because most left eye students, left eye dominant, will roll to the right, like you right-handed shooters will roll to the left. So, but I went back and I knew who he was, and I could see that he was over-torquing. So we adjusted his torque just a little bit to get him more power with his non-dominant hand, and all of a sudden, bing, 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 he's in the center. Now he looks at me like I'm like God sent because I just solved his inaccuracy problems. He didn't understand. Instead of shooting 60 rounds in that same hole, he had no concept to change his grip or to do something different with his trigger to get him to where he needs to be. And this is most people are commonly like that. Or they start out really good. How many of us go to the golf course and start out the first couple of holes really good? By the time we get to 9, 10, 11, 12, we kind of lose it, and then we get further on the backside of this thing. We somewhat put together a couple good more holes, and at the end we're just dead. And that's kind of what we do at shooting. So we have a limited time at the range that we can be proficient. We need to put as many rounds downrange as possible to become accurate. And once you start losing control of the weapon, get the hell out of there, because then you're just wasting ammo. And wasting ammo is picking up bad habits, if that makes sense. And number 10 is lack of personal feedback. This is the challenge of most people. And I thought this was one thing that anybody in the world could use is some feedback from a professional. I guess you could call me a professional. A feedback from a professional on what you're doing wrong. Most people go to the range and continue to do the damn same thing they're doing and expect different results. It's not going to happen, guys. And the more we shoot, the harder it is. This is not something you're just going to pick up. You can... listen, there are some natural shooters. No kid. 90% of women are probably better shooters than any man ever. They just don't know it. Because they have a little bit of intimidation and fear in the thing where women want to do it so perfectly. Miss Johnson's the best shot in the world. She's just slow. She's just slow shooter. But you take her here and she'll tack drive a 19. That's her favorite gun, the Glock 19. I could buy her anything she wanted. She don't want any of that shit. She would give me my Glock 19. I'm good. So that's kind of what we're going to do. So what is the masterclass really going to do for you? It's going to fix these issues, build your confidence, and make you a better, accurate shooter. Why are we doing it? Because it makes so much sense for us to give you the power and the options to become more proficient. Stop wasting ammo. Start improving your accuracy. If you're struggling with inconsistency of accuracy and you feel frustrated, at the range, this 4-week masterclass is exactly what you need. This isn't just another generic class. We're going to give you a lot of different stuff. It's a proven system that I've used for years and years with my students here, and I've been very fortunate that people have helped me build the classes that I have now. Do you think I wing it every day? I have a system I put together, and I want to give it to you. We give it out every day, but I want to give it in a ability for somebody who can't get to me, can't come here, can't get in a plane and fly here. We're very fortunate that we get a lot of people who come from all over the different counties that we're here, and we're very fortunate. But there's no more guessing what to practice. There's no more struggling with bad habits. There's no more wasting money at the range because you just can't figure it out. With the live coaching, the structural drills, the step-by-step guidance, you'll have everything you need to master your handgun and shoot with confidence. There's only 13 spots left with this, guys. And what I want, if I can tell you what I'm looking for 5 more people in Lee County, Charlotte County, in the areas around. Basically, we're going to take you from struggling with your accuracy to confidence in 4 weeks. And that's a guarantee. Because if you spend the time with me, I'm going to make you a better shooter. And who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want to be able to take your brother-in-law to the range and kick his ass? You know your brother-in-law, the one that always shoots better than you, golfs better than you, fishes better than you. How about you shooting better than your brother-in-law? Yeah, or your brother. That's kind of the cool thing. That's kind of each week we'll focus on one key area. We're gonna focus on one at a time. You're gonna get, like, first week we're gonna work on foundation. The objective here is to build a solid foundation, proper grip, proper stance, proper alignment. We're gonna go through safety tips, training prep, master grip, how to control it, stance, posture, sight alignment, sight picture. We'll do some demonstrations. I'll give you some dry fire drills, and you'll get homework. You're going to go home and practice your stance, stance and exercise at home, and then we give some dry fire drills to focus on sight alignment, sight picture. That's first week. Boom. Now, what's going to be cool about this is each week you're going to take a picture of your target when we have shooting going on. You're going to take some videos of your target, and you're going to bring those back to the following next week. You're going to send those in for us to review them, and then we're going to pull them up. Now, we're going to have not only you be careful here, you masturbate, you beta groups. You're going to be able to we're going to make a Facebook group for you guys, so you can share your videos with us. You guys are the kings here. You guys are building this thing. You're helping me build this thing, and I need you more than you need me, really, honestly. But I'm going to make you a better shooter, which is in turn is going to make you more confident, which in turn will save you money. Because how many of you go to the range and spend thousands of dollars a year shooting, and you're not confident at all with a pistol? Week 2, we're going to master the trigger. I tell you what, trigger's probably the toughest thing to get students to understand. We're going to develop a smooth controlled trigger press and eliminate jerking or flinching. Excuse me. We're going to develop a controlled trigger press and eliminate jerking or flinching. We're going to learn why the trigger is the key to accuracy. We're going to break all bad habits. You're going to learn how to press the trigger properly, the importance of trigger repress. We're going to work on the dry fire and trigger control. We're going to cover live Q&A coaching questions from this week. We're going to get you to the range one time that week to get to the range and do some dry fire drills at home. And you're going to videotape and take pictures if you can for us to review. What we're looking for is we're looking for the front of the gun, like how the weapon is moving when we're shooting. We're looking at side view if we can. We're looking at anything you can, and this would be a nice little thing which can be downloaded right to YouTube, which will allow us to video. All the beta testers will be able to videotape their selves and send them in. This is a no bullshit zone. We're not going to be picking on people's accuracy. We're not going to be picking on anybody else. We're going to try to solve your problems. Week 3 is accuracy under pressure. You're going to step up a little bit here, and you're going to learn to shoot when it matters. We're going to talk about speed versus accuracy, stress. We're going to work on some movement drills. What you'll learn this week is speed versus accuracy, shooting under pressure, shooting faster without losing precision, time drills, accuracy challenges, live Q&A, troubleshooting, fixing common mistakes, and then we'll see another one of your videos that you're going to do for me, and we're going to work on the masterclass and see what you like. Ideally, what we're looking for is feedback from you guys, what you liked in this, what you didn't like in this, what we should add to it to make it better for the next group that comes up behind you. You're breaking the zone here. You're making the pass for other people to follow, and we just want to make it as easy as possible. So with week 3 under your belt, we're going to head to week 4, which we're going to work on a lot of different stuff. The objective here is to fine-tune your accuracy and develop a training plan that for continued improvement and success. And what you'll learn is zeroing your firearm. Let's say if you have a red dot or don't have a red dot. Environmental and distance adjustments, wind, things like that. Advanced dry fire techniques. You'll build your own training plan. You'll learn some more Q&A, and we will finally get you in the graduation there, and we'll do our final assessment. Each one of you will get a final assessment. You'll get a masterclass certificate for this. Being one of our beta testers, you'll have that. You'll have the pride to know that you're part of the beta test. You'll be in our YouTube and Facebook channel, which is exclusive access to that. Why the masterclass works, it's live, it's interactive coaching, it's just not theory, it's guided by step from me. It's going to be hands-on drills, practicing exercises, learn by doing, not just watching. This is important because a lot of people can read it, like the books, right? We get a lot of people, but we sell a lot of those books, and thank you very much. Thank you for buying those books. I never thought that I'd be an author of books, and it humbles me to think that I can put a digital product together and be able to get that out to the masses, and people are getting the free ones. Now, I don't mind giving out a free one here or there. It doesn't hurt me at all. Matter of fact, I do all this stuff. I do the whole YouTube channel for you. That's my job. My job is to support and help you. If I give out enough, people will give back. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do, because you are my family, and I want to make sure that you're taken care of and you can do it. Because all I need you to do is when you get good at shooting, that you tell a friend, take a friend, bring more people into shooting. That's the thing about Second Amendment. That's the thing about, the shooting world. We went from the old administration that didn't like firearms to this administration. And I can tell you this, that Trump's going to do wonders for us, but he's not a gun guy. He's not a guy that they're not going to chase firearms guys, but we know we're in a situation when they start chasing those people who are here illegally. They came here for the money. They ain't going home without some. And you got to make sure that you're protected as much as you can be. The internet, the real feedback and the fixes. We're going to address specified accuracy issues in real time. We're going to be able to look and see what you're doing wrong and be able to fix these. A proven system. We've used this year after year after year for students, and I just thought I'd put together this for you guys. It's only 15 spots. Actually, it's 13 spots left in this scenario. And it's kind of one of those things that we need to, we need those people to help us put this together. 1 second here. The goal, what's it cost? What are we doing for cost factors? Be honest with you, we've kind of laid it out. We're not exactly sure what we're going to sell this for when we get it out in the masses. I know I do a basic pistol class for $145. That's one-on-one, me and the person. I could charge a lot more for that, be honest with you. But I kind of enjoy the one-on-one stuff. So it's probably going to be somewhere in the $295 range because of convenience and things like that. But you guys here, the beta testers, are going to get the whole thing for only $79.95. $79.95 gets you 4 weeks of training, gets you 1 hour of me once a week. We get a one-on-one call between you and I, each 15 of them, once a week if you need it. And you're going to get all the PDFs, all the targets, all the drill assemblies, everything you need. You're not going to walk away with zero. You're going to walk away with this whole package. You're going to have the master class. You're going to have it forever at that point in time. And we're going to have each week the YouTube channel. Will there be a video about the master class? It'll be private for you guys. The Facebook group, that'll be private, just you guys. So you'll be able to send stuff off, meet different people. We're just building a community, guys, that allows us to really support our group of people and work it out. I am excited about this. I hope you guys will take advantage of it. Like I said, this group of people that come here every week and sit this hour with me and have this communication, I could not think of any better group of people I'd want to work with, because I know you guys are honest enough and tell me, well, that shit ain't going to fly, or this is going to work, or that's not going to work. And I honestly believe that at the end of it, it's going to be a good thing for I can give it out to the masses. And if I give it out to the masses and we sell one once a month and it generates people working and helping, it's tremendously better for me and my family and for you guys. So I hope this didn't take too much time. I'm not trying to be a salesy kind of guy, but at the end of it, I only do this stuff because of my passion in the training facility area here. I started this YouTube channel many years ago for 3 things: motivation, education, and entertainment. And I hope I bring all 3 of those to you. I hope it doesn't come off as being, I just want your money. It's not about that. It's about being able to give a good product, a good thing out. And if I think I may be biased because it's me, but when I've got other people that are helping me build this product, well, you're going to be biased on your side. And I'd rather be more on your side than on my side. So I can tell you it's not going to be challenging or difficult. We may change the date of time for the calls because when I put it out to the community said at first Monday nights at 7 p.m., which works for me. But then now I start looking at it and it looks like Saturdays at 5 is better for people. And that's the first thing we'll do is we'll make this the best we can do for you. And as far as the natural calls and the Zoom stuff, we can do that when you have availability. I have most of my Zoom calls are done on Monday nights from like 6 o'clock to 3 o'clock, but we can set different timings up for that as well. Because I want to really pick your brain, if that makes sense. I want you to tell me what I need, as I need you to have a firearm. I need to give you an hour in the range each week. You don't need an hour, but you need to go to the range each week. You need to do a little bit of dry firing at home, and you need to give me some feedback. And you need to be available on that Monday night call, or whatever night we do it. That's all you need. You don't need experience. You don't need to be this rock star. We're not looking for rock stars. We're looking for people who need the support and help. If you need the support and help, this masterclass is discounted, deep discount for you guys, $74.95. How do you get into the masterclass? Well, you can comment, let me know you want to get into it. You could go to my website and look at the masterclass, or in the links below, there'll be a link to the masterclass, and we would love to have each and every one of you in there. Obviously, we want to keep it at 15. I do not want it more than 15. We have 2 spots sold already, and we're looking for a few more. Hopefully we can get a few for our area around here, because we're local, anywhere Charlotte County, Port Charlotte, Punta Gorda. They don't need to, if you're in the local area, well, when you're one of our beta testers, we give you the free range time as well. So that's a kind of a beneficial thing for us too. But chances are you'll be having a camera on you when you're back there for that purpose. But we'd love to help you. Help me, help you, help you, help me. Because I want to build this thing for the masses. And I think with having the ability to have a bunch of different avatars, right? We talk to avatars a lot in the business. When we do this training classes and everything, we're thinking about not everybody. We're thinking about that one person. And what's that one person's avatar look like? What's a new shooter? It's someone who just bought a gun, maybe had a gun, bought it many years ago, and never shot it. Could be a male. Could our demographics is about 93% male, and about 4 to 6% female. We'd like to get a lot more females involved in this beta, but that doesn't mean. I think I got one yesterday or today. Teresa, she's one of our local ladies here. She signed up, which was kind of exciting for me. That kind of gives me an effect. I do a lot of women's training, where a lot of our members are women here, but they just don't go to the YouTube channel as much, or they don't comment as much as the men do. So when does it start? It starts not this Monday coming up. It's the Monday of the 24th, and it would be at 6. I think it's at 7 p.m. And that is, we'll go for each one. That first night, we're going to probably go about an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes. Maybe a little longer than that, according to Q&As and things like that. But as we get further along, those weekly calls will be right at an hour. You're going to get downloadable PDF targets you're going to use. You're going to get downloadable drills. You're going to get all the paperwork we're giving you for the week. You're going to get all the PDFs, everything else like that you need, and be able to get all that stuff from us each week, and then get to the range when you need to. All right, let's go look at comments, see what we have any comments at all. Larry McDonald. All right, buddies. All right, guys. Well, it's all 51 minutes. I didn't think it was going to take me that long to get through all that. I thought we could get through it a little quicker, but I appreciate you guys being here each week. It means an awful lot to me. Every time I go on these things, I kind of question, who's going to be here tonight. We got up to 15 to 25 people that were on live here for a little bit. They don't all stay on. They don't all. Unfortunately, this week I'm only on Facebook and Rumble because the powers to be at OFB at Facebook found an ad or a post I did 3 years ago talking about 9mm ammo, and they banned me for 30 days from ad. It makes me so frustrated. Where you can't even do anything about it. I mean, they're pulling up ads from 3 years ago, and it causes me a swipe. It's just frustrating, but hopefully we can get that all figured out at the end. Well, guys, God bless. Be safe. And remember, you are your first line of defense. If you have any questions or any information that you'd like to know about the beta, you can always go to my YouTube channel, or you can go to my Facebook page, or you can go to my website, and we can have a communication there. There's my contact information. Everything is there. And we'd love to have you, love to see you, and join the beta test. We appreciate it very much. Love you very much. We'll see you. Oh, happy Valentine's Day. Don't forget, guys, it's Valentine's Day is coming up. You better make sure you get her something. What says I love you more than firearms and safety? Get her a training class. All right, bye-bye, guys.